Hi, and welcome to I'm Powered by Love TV. My name is Josh here, doing another horoscope reading. We welcome you to this journey. I want to welcome you in. If you've been here before, following along as we continue our horoscope Kosh readings, kind of channeling these down here, and then solidifying it. We If this is your first time, never hearing about a Kosh reading, we channel these from higher masters, guides, intuitive beings and high energy beings that are pulling this information for you so that way you can heal and unravel and move forward in our life as we begin our soul purpose. So today's soul scope, what we're doing is Aries Decan 3, which birthday is from April 10th to the 20th. We're going to go ahead and get moving on those. As right now, my chest is on fire. So there's a lot of heart, a lot of emotion that's been shifting us and pulling us in all these directions. It's like a love. There's a lot of lost loves. There's a lot of chasing love. There's a lot of heartbreak seems to be going on. It's not even just with a significant other. It also has to deal with family. We seem to be feeling like, we may be overstepping ourselves right now, overstepping our boundaries of pushing ourselves onto others at this current moment. And we don't want to do that, and we just seem to do it naturally. It seems to be something that we're becoming aware of as of recent, more and more. Maybe it's like people are leaving your lives. Actually, people are leaving you because of this, and they've told you, and so now you have to try and evaluate the way you handle yourself and the way you come about treating others. It's really just kind of, it's like a pain. It's painful for you to deal with day in and day out. Definitely, really heavy on you because you want to have these loving and caring relationships, and you do deserve to have them, and as we all do, and so you're looking for an answer, for a way out, and for a way to pull yourself out of this phase, out of this cycle, out of this treating people in these ways that you don't necessarily mean to, but it seems like it just kind of is continuously happening. Like you just don't catch yourself in the moment until afterwards. You always have hindsight about it, like, man, I shouldn't have. But then you don't reach out because you're like, well, I think it's too late now. And so it's kind of like, you probably could have saved it, if you decided to reach out, but you're just like, forget it. So in this point, it's really going to be dealing with the heart and the throat chakra of clearing the communication with others and figuring out a way to get rid of those habits. It seems we have just a habit of treating people and overstepping them, and even in our love relationships, we've lost a few, and feels like we aren't going to have the love that we deserve. So you almost feel like you just want to settle and then just kind of deal with it, and then that's definitely what you're definitely a thought that you keep having, but that's not what you want, and they know that's not what you want, and we're going to bring in the keepers of light here as these guides, because as we're talking about this here, this is the keeper light cards here. I've just been shuffling here, putting that energy towards. As we're talking here, the things that you need to clear these habits. We need you to become aware of them first. They said you are aware of them, so it's ironic. It's just like the awareness of the habit that you have. You almost feel like you shouldn't have to change, that people should have to change around you, because that's just who you are, and so you're justifying your behaviors and the things that you do, and it's not healthy, and it's not. Jesus, it's not healthy. Yeah, that's why you keep having that thought of wanting to settle. You're just like, well, someone's bound to deal with this eventually. Someone's bound to deal with my ass, whether it's friendships, family, loved ones, These guides want you to change, because deep down in that subconscious and in your, in those heartbreak scenes, you're having dreams of longing for a deep love and a deep understanding of not only self-love, but a personal relationship, a significant other, to cherish and to have, growth love, someone that's gonna help you grow as well as you help them grow, and you want that, and you yearn for that, and you just seem like you keep wanting someone to just go with how you are. It's very, very draining on yourself to be living in that kind of trapped cycle, that knowing and that awareness cycle. But you're doing it, you're not gonna stop until you find someone that's okay with it. But you keep losing, and it's a constant heartbreak. So they want you to mend that. And starting off right here, charity, prayer, and contemplation. They want you to sit on it, really, really revel in the things that you're doing. And the red is hitting you right with the root chakra to ground everything down. Have a solid stance of who you are and the self, and have that self-love grounded into you. So really sit in prayer and contemplate on that. It literally says, connect with heaven, ask and you shall receive. Talking about that is asking for that guidance and that open heart and that healing that we deserve, that we need. And the Shekinah, the sacred self. She pulls up here as just a high being. As you see the Merkaba in there, kind of on that dove, and understanding who you are, coming into your light. Because we're aware of the things that we do and the way we treat others, and that power can be used. They're telling you that power can be used for a higher purpose, that soul purpose, that power of obtaining the things that you want and having that kind of control, and that being able to shift through people's energies, and almost not as like, not, they don't want to say manipulative, it's not the word, but something along those lines of kind of just shifting things in your way. But you're doing it right now in such a detrimental way to others around you that it's causing that heartbreak, and that ache. So those two are going to be guiding you in this time, and this intention that you need to create here, is of a healing of the self, of the heart, the wholeheartedness of yourself. Jesus. So I have the Moonology deck because the new moon on September 17th is coming. It seems to be affecting a lot of people. It seems to be a heaviness that is spreading across the planet right now. With these two guides at your back here, having that prayer and contemplation and that sacred self for you to sit in that, so you can really, really know what it is we need to heal and work on. It seems like those cycles that we've set, like we talked about, those awareness cycles. So with this here, with the moon, and the intention and what's the energy that's coming to bring here, we're starting off with nothing is yet set in stone. So this is just kind of reminding you and letting you know that the things that you have already come to learn and began to justify and hold on to as how we've been treating the people around us and controlling that heartbreak. It's not that behavior and those habits aren't always there. You can break them. You have to want to break them. You have to push forward and want to move towards this, this loving and lightful self. So that's what the energy coming with the full moon, and this being luck is on your side. Those relationships and that love that you yearn for, that growth love is coming. It's with you. That luck is going to be with you as you continue to break down these boundaries, break down these habits, and move forward and gain that self-love that you so deserve and so yearn for. So that way, because when we begin to love ourselves and treat ourselves in a certain sense, instead of trying to keep that high power energy all the time, and have that kind of humbleness, that in turn projects onto our relationships. So the look and the hard work that you're doing right now, it's the last one here, that luck and this hard work, because you're constantly moving, you're constantly trying, you're constantly pushing and getting up after every heartbreak that we have, is definitely paying off. That's why they say the luck is on your side. But the main portion is going to be this prayer and contemplation. She's going to be the one that's kind of guiding you through this whole thing. Charity right here. She is going to be aiding in this transformation from overstepping people to helping you understand how to love properly. That was the main goal, is to learn how to love properly. Not only others and relationships and friendships, but ourselves. And that power, that awareness and that power in shifting things, like we talked about, sits with you heavily. And when you begin to contemplate on that, she will begin to help you unleash that power into a loving, and you'll be able to take control of that more into your career, into your abilities, the things that you've been hearing about, the things that you've been dreaming about, the ones that pop in your dreams of like, man, can I actually do that? Like, that seems so vivid and lucid and so real, because it is. And so she's just trying to help bring that to light. So that's going to be those things that are going to be up and coming here, once we set those intentions on moving in that direction, and moving towards that healing through ourselves. So that way, once we do that, the justification of others will be the justification of how we treat others will also be wrapped into ourselves. So it's kind of like a huge, I want to call it like an infinity symbol. So we're starting this way, we're working on ourselves, and in turn then we go into the relationships with others, and that bleeds. So all this healing that we're doing kind of bleeds in through there, and then our relationships get better, and then they treat us better, and then as they treat us better because we're loving ourselves better, then it in turn goes to them loving us better. And so it's just kind of one huge cycle that we're wanting to get into, whereas right now it's just a constant circle. There's no intertwine with the other. It's really just you forcing yourself onto them. So those energies are going to be huge in this upcoming age, and they really want you to focus and open that heart up, so that way we can move forward in this next few months. So I do appreciate you guys tuning in here. Decan 3's Aries. I hope this did resonate with you. We do have our free readings down below, so please tune in. If you have, make sure that you check your email. Turn your notifications on if you haven't turned them on, so that way you know when we give you that free reading, so you can actually sign up for it. We also have our free readings. Said that twice. We also have our YouTube exclusive readings, is what I meant to say. Those will be down below. You can only get the link down there. And for those who tuned in here for that Aries Decan 3 and you stayed on through the whole thing, the Self-Love Club for that, as well as the relationships workshop that we have going on, are definitely going to be one of those big things for you to check out on our website. So thank you for tuning in with I Am Powered by Love TV on our Soul Scopes here. I'm Josh, signing off.